On the last video, we drew 18 types of Golbat variants, and that was a lot of Pokemon. So how about 31 brand new Pokemon designs? Welcome wonderful souls, it's time for a brush with Death. Death is me and you can call me Grim. When it comes to art challenges, October is a really popular month for it, especially the event Inktober. But since we do mostly Fakemon videos on this channel, I participated in Faketober, where for every day in October, you design a new Pokemon based on the Faketober prompt list. There's a couple versions of the event, but I went with the prompt list made by my fellow artist Cursed Eye. Again, this is going to be 31 designs, so let's both get some water. Day 1. Evolution. It's the first day and already, in my opinion, evolution is a really difficult prompt. Eevee and its evolutions have a simple body structure to draw out, but designing an evolution that hasn't already been done before, that's the hard part. So many Toxeons, Draceons and Champions. So I decided to go with an interesting choice for an evolution idea. This is Bullion, the fighter Pokemon. And by the way, you may have noticed we don't really have a fixed dex layout in our videos. While my region will have its own dex layout, for videos like this, in the future, this is the layout we'll stick with. Anyway, Bullion's muscles are large and tough, boosting their running speed and heavy bulk. For some reason they don't like the color red. Bullion will have Intimidate as its ability and Anger Point as its hidden ability, and of course, it's a fighting type. Yes, it's a beefy boy based on bullfighting, don't come at me. And the myth of bulls hating the color red, with its red cape. Bulls can't see red. I thought it'd be interesting to not just change the decorations around the evolution to showcase their typing, but rather it have a bigger, bulkier body structure to display the fighting type. I got this idea seeing how Flareon does have a slightly bulkier build than other evolutions like Glaceon. Day 2. Possessed. With this event being in October, there's going to be a couple spooky prompts and designs in this video. Rotom is an easy target Pokemon to use in this prompt, but I went with something fairly simple. This is Tapet, the Haunted Tape Pokemon with the ability Trace and hidden ability Perish Body. Often found in electronic stores, Tapet hide in old TV players hoping a customer will buy it. I really like this design despite its simplicity. The idea of a cursed tape like the ring also just came from the Ace Attorney case I was playing at the time of designing this. In Ace Attorney Investigations, there's a part where you play a cassette tape on a TV. Yep, that's it, yep. But let's skip ahead from day 2 all the way to day 14, Box Shape. This is where Tapet will evolve into Gosset, the haunted screen Pokemon with the same abilities as Tapet. Gosset can teleport between different televisions. If your TV turns on at night by itself, it's most likely Gosset doing it. The box shape prompt might be vague, but it was easy to think of a TV once Tapet was designed. Though I had many ideas for Tapet's evolution, I thought I would go with a Victorian dress with the tapes, or maybe some kind of octopus-like creature. But this is what I went with, a cuter design with a VHS player tape creating an illusion of a body shape while the tape extends in and out of the TV screen like Sadako. And if you notice the shinies of Tapet and Gosset, I made them based on Hatsune Miku's colors. Day 3, Golem. To be honest, these first 3 days of Faketober were really tough for me. My mind was blank on ideas, and it doesn't help that I suffer from extreme brain rot from this anime called The Grey Man. In this anime, there's a little guy called Tim Campy, and he is what the anime calls a golem. So after looking at all the generic references and portrayals of golems in media, I caved into making a Pokemon based on Tim Campy from The Grey Man. This is Nephilim, the Grey Pokemon, with the ability Rockhead and a hidden ability Vital Spirit. Nephilim, while training to be heroes, have a lingering darkness inside them. Some Nephilim overcome these inner demons, while others accept them. The head shape and the tail come from Tim Campy, Even though it won't evolve in Faketober, my idea is that it would have an angel evolution and a devil evolution, since Nephilim is a Pokemon who lies in the gray area. It's a fairy and fighting type. Its shiny is based on the actual Team Campy, but let me know if you like this Pokemon. Maybe evolutions one day would improve this concept? Day 4. Treasure! When you think of treasure, you think treasure chest. Treasure chest? Mimic. Nah, treasure map. This is Pylos, the lost pirate Pokemon. With paper-like bellies and tail, Pylos draw a map to remember where their food is. Their maps are upside down though. It has the ability Clut, because it's a Klutz, and the hidden ability Tangle Feet. Yes, this little pirate is based on the whole thing about squirrels forgetting where their nuts are, and this is when I think Faketober started to really pick up for me. Really proud of this funny concept where the rat needs to read the map, but it's the wrong way, and yes, his little hair is a question mark shape. Day 5. Mythology. Now this is more my realm, but there's so many mythological references we could use. I don't fully remember the conversation, but the movie Black Panther Wakanda Forever came up and it has Namor, who's also called Kukulkan, which is an actual mythological creature, so I just decided to use that. This is Krakulkan, firework Pokemon. This fire dragon will have dazzling as its ability and competitive as its hidden ability. This legendary Pokemon makes its rare appearance during festivals and celebrations. Stay away from the sparks, okay? Really, just the plumes and colors of the Kukulkan made me think of fireworks and firecrackers as the base of the design. For the body, I referenced those wooden toy snakes, and like the deck says, Krakulkan is legendary. Day 6. Fruit. I don't know how to introduce this day, so here it is. This is Rambuda, the fruit spider Pokemon. It'll be bug and grass type, with Keen Eye as his ability and Shed Skin as his hidden ability. Do not underestimate Rambuda's size, as they are known as deadly assassins. They emit a sweet smell to lure in their targets. And don't be mistaken, it's not a dragon fruit, it's based on a rambutan. Kinda a war general, and the rambutan hair acts like the Hwacha weapon, those old war machines that shoot like 5,000 arrows, and the leaf is the clan flag. Yeah, it's just one of those Pokemon that I made and it looks cool, but sometimes Pokemon is not that deep. Day 7. Stella. I have a bit of a bias with Stella as a prompt, since my Pokemon region of Ramida video is coming soon. It's based around ultra space and galaxies, but I didn't want to add too much more to the decks that I already planned out. The Pokemon franchise itself introduced Stella types, but I forgot Stella types exist. So here's Stug, the Star Stack Pokemon. With the ability Light Metal and hidden ability Flare Boost, Stug loves to bathe under the moonlight, only when many stars are visible. Many believe it's because Stug were born from stars. It is based on a stag beetle, and I kinda made its body look like a spaceship with its limbs ending with the stars to look like rocket thrusters and the beetle horns being shooting stars. But let's skip a couple days to Day 10, Cyber, where starships were meant to fly. This is Starship, the starship Pokemon. With the same abilities, starships are often mistaken for stars or satellites even by scientists. Despite their appearance, they are very light. I struggled a bit with how to elevate Starship's design without just making it a bigger star. But my friend Arcages showed me the mother juggernaut from the Alien Covenant movie. So I made Starship have this crescent moon design with tiny little ships on its belly, from its abdomen, with the shell joints being where the thrusters are. And it also explains why Stark and Starship are electric psychic types and not bug types or steel types, I guess. Day 8. Long. For this prompt, we're heading back down to Earth. really far into the past compared to the futuristic starship. Meet Medusa, the long snake Pokemon. This will be Poison Dragon type with the ability Long Reach, no hidden ability. Despite their large presence, Medusa are known to be friendly to humans. Their snake-like hair can stretch up to 500 feet. Yes, I had to Google how long 500 feet is. This was a Pokemon where the name came first. Medusa is so stupid. But I really like that it's a big old boy with snake hair, and I had to give the hair a few adjustments so that the snake coiling doesn't look like poop.
I got a tiny and I got a poke.
The lines on the snake and the dark to light gradient were meant to follow the flow of the snake's hair. Day 9. Imposter. Of course, here it is, Imposter. No, I didn't mongoose, I didn't mogul, and I did not eject from the ship. I went with just a imposter Pokemon, no trademark. This is Scorpio, the imitation Pokemon with the ability Disguise and no hidden ability. Scorpio went undiscovered for so long due to their very good camouflage. Do not be fooled. It's not a bird, I know. You must be disappointed. With the disguise ability, I imagine like when Mimikyu cracked his neck, Scorpio's Dodrio mimicking head tails would plop to the ground or something. Its face is a little complicated to figure out actually, along with the tail connection part, but it's a fun idea. Originally, I was gonna make it a Gyarados imitation Pokemon, but Dodrio is way underrated and it makes more sense for a scorpion Pokemon to imitate a land Pokemon rather than a fish. Day 11. Yokai. When I saw the Yokai prompt, I said, dang it, I already made like 5 of these! So I went to yokai.com, I pressed random until something feasible came up and found this cool yokai called Minobi, aka Raincoat Fire. So here's Raincoat, J-Cole. The flames on Raincoat's head never burn out. Strangely, the flames grow stronger in the rain. The flaming Raincoat Pokemon will have the ability Water Absorb and the hidden ability Flash Fire. So either way, water or fire types won't work on it. Somehow this Pokemon actually just looks like a yokai cartoon. Maybe the flames just unintentionally look a lot like the yokai watch cat Jibanyan. Jibanyan is nuts. And no, I did not make the colors similar to Snorunt on purpose, it just happened. Let this baby live, because on day 12, water type, it will evolve into Raynona, the tall water Pokemon with the ability Drizzle and hidden ability Drought. Do you think those abilities are better or worse than Raincoat's? Raynona stalk their prey with a slow saunter, shake the booty. This, along with their height of 8 feet, create a sense of fear. Raynona will be water fire type like Raincoat and is based on another yokai called Hachishaku-sama, the 8 feet tall lady who stalks and captures kids, but you know, so does Hypno. Day 13. Echo, 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 echo. For this prompt, I was stuck on it for quite a while. The first thing that came to mind is bats, but I was in the middle of making 18 bets, so whales come to mind too, because you know the ooh. So I looked at whale carcasses. I used those whale carcasses in deep oceans that little fishes would eat as my base. This is Echoart, the big mouth Pokemon with the ability Inner's Out. Ew. Echoark's whales are an extremely high decibel rate. Chinchou and Echoark have a symbiotic relationship. I played around with different shapes using this weird idea I had with the carcass and bones forming the shape of those echo wave rings, and a big mouth looks like it's eternally screaming for pain as Chinchou eats his body. But don't worry, that's only how it looks like. Chinchou's not eating its flesh, it's eating the slime off of it, and it's not screaming in pain, I promise. Day 15. Cryptid. Cryptids like yokai and mythology are a really common base for Pokemon, and there's a few cryptids that I already used for a different video that's coming someday, but for this video I used a cryptid that I heard for the first time when I drew it. This is Warden, the caretaker Pokemon with the ability Stall and a hidden ability Friend Guard. Warden are extremely rare as there will only be one Warden per forest. They take a motherly role to other Pokemon. It will also be Dark type. Of all the Faketober designs this year, this was the fastest one to do. It literally only took me an hour to draw this. A simple yet effectively creepy Pokemon. You can trust this thing, I promise. And the shiny got none vibe, so you definitely can trust it now. Day 16. Cake.
Ice cream and cake and cake. Ice cream and cake and cake. Ice cream and cake and cake. Ice cream and cake and cake.
This is birthday. Happy birthday! The cake bird Pokemon eats some cake with the ability Sweet Veil and hidden ability Magic Bounce, because why not? The cream on Birthday's body is highly sought out by chefs around the world. Some think it has magical properties, but it really doesn't. It's a normal type and a fire type because of the fire on top, but it's a normal type. I really wanted that stacked cake shape for this design, so I have a long neck bird. For the head, I referenced that little bird that sits on Skeletor's face, and I made the limbs look kind of like biscuits. The body and legs also just look like turkey, so I guess we don't just have a snack, we have a whole feast. Day 18. Reptile. This day was a great opportunity to create a tough reptilian beast, but I didn't do that. Instead, I made Stikeko, the rubber lizard Pokemon who has the ability Sticky Hold or Shed Skin and no hidden ability. Radiation caused Stikeko to develop their long, stretchy limbs. Their skin is described to have a paint-like texture. Stikeko is based on those rubber sticky hand toys, and I really love the angle and shiny that I have for this goofy boy. His long rubber hose arms with the paint, colorful psychedelic colors give it almost a hypnotizing vibe, which is why it's psychic type instead of normal like I originally had it. But let me know, is Stikeko cute or creepy? Day 18. Steampunk. This is a cool prompt. Steampunk is one of my favorite aesthetics, and unlike Reptile, I actually wanted to make a big built Pokemon, so I thought a toad body would be cool. This is Paraboiler, the steaming Pokemon with the ability Heatproof, hidden ability Steam Engine, and it will just be a pure steel type. Paraboiler are man-made Pokemon that common in factories, absorbing smoke and filtering it in their bodies. I gave it sort of like a steampunk top hat mimicking kind of look for where the eyes are, and its tanky body is like how frog and toads bodies inflate when they croak. Of course, it's a boiler, and I thought the boiler window could be a reference back to how tadpoles have invisible, translucent stomachs. Day 19. Fungi. Last year for the prompt dance, I created these mushroom boys. I tried to find words that would match fungi, and I remembered that I like a channel called Kara Fun, which is a karaoke channel. Why not I make like a singing idol Pokemon? This is Fungal, the idol Pokemon, with the ability Punk Rock and no hidden ability. Fungal are insanely famous Pokemon around the world. They are often seen in groups, singing and dancing around humans, and they will be fairy and grass type. This is a really fun design to make with the mushroom microphone. The yellow dots will glow in the night like a concert. Not sure if it will be an evolution line or single stage, but yes, the shiny is Hoshino Eye. Day 20. Ice type. Oh, last chunk y'all. How are y'all feeling? And what do you think of the design so far? I'm ready to take a break from making too many Pokemon in one video after this one. But Here's a cute little penguin, the rocket penguin Pokemon with the ability Slush Rush, and it will be a fire ice Pokemon. Penguin use their ice bellies to slide across surfaces. They can often be seen racing each other. This Pokemon is kind of a redesign, reattempt at a really old Pokemon concept line that I created, which is an ice fire penguin jet thing. It's based on penguins sliding on the ice, and if we skip a day, to day 22, object. Penguin will evolve, but to evolve it, you have to subscribe to the channel. I'll count from 3, so make sure to get that subscribe button ready. Launching subscribes in 3, 2, 1.
We have ignition.
Throttling up. And lift off.
Turn on your engines. It's a flying penguin. This is Penguin, the rocket penguin Pokemon with the same ability and same type as Penguin. Penguin can now take flight, powering its younglings to go on journeys in the air. Their feet are very warm, kind of like, those penguins when they cuddle up to their parents' legs. Those feet now mimic like rocket thrusters too, and they work perfectly since the ice bellies on both Penguin and Penguin look like rocket windows, and their icy features help them live in high altitudes. Also, just a fun idea that the penguins can fly now. Now we can go back one day to day 21. Gremlin. Gremlins make me think of prankstery, sneaky little shits. And I just felt like making an electric type, so I thought about pins and needles, that feeling on your feet, like electrical feeling when your feet cramp. This is Violin, the zapping Pokemon with the ability Static, hidden ability Volt Absorb, and it will be electric and fairy type. Many think Violin are the cause of blackouts. They are pranksters and easily get away with it. Just cause look at how tiny they are. Violin has like underwear just cause it's cute, and his wire ball and pins make it look like a yarn ball. So for Violin playing with this electricity ball, it's like a cat playing with yarn. Day 23. Trapped. It's a trap! This one was a bit confusing. I wasn't sure if I was meant to make a Pokemon that traps others or a Pokemon that is trapped. So I made a Pokemon that's being trapped. This is Gnome, the Gnome Pokemon. It will be grass type with the ability Runaway and hidden ability Rattle. A tale tells of a Pokemon attempting to break out of their Pokeball. All gnomes are skittish, so treat them with care. This Smurf-esque little gnome will be trapped in this Pokeball forever. Maybe one day he can break out and evolve, but for now with his little cap sticking out, he can only see through the Pokeball button. What do you think Gnome's head looks like underneath that Pokeball? Day 24. Glimmer. Glimmer and Stella felt similar to me. Maybe this design would have fit Stella too, but I just thought about glimmers in the sky like stars. This is Starflora, the star Pokemon. It will be Psychic and Flying type, with the ability Psychic Surge and hidden ability Solar Power. In ancient times, Starflora landed onto Earth to spread their seeds in the land. Pause. This was how Sunflora started appearing on Earth. I thought it'd be a fun concept since a sun is also a star. If you couldn't tell, this is like a conversion Sunflora or like an ancient Sunflora. This might end up in my Ultra Space based region, I'm not too sure, but I really like how this Pokemon and especially its lore turned out. Day 25. Bug type. I don't know if the prompts that are just typings is good or bad, since even though you're pretty much free to design whatever you want, they are kind of vague. But I decided for the next few days of prompts, I'll make them evolutions of each other. So here is how bug type For Beetle, the angry bug Pokemon with the ability Anger Shell will be a bug fighting type. Their unchanging expression intimidates foes. It looks for a challenge to get stronger. No, the bug is not coming at you like your boy Gusma. It ain't. This Scarab is not Scarapping right now. But can you guess what he'll evolve into? That's right, a bigger bug. He looks a little angry because on day 26, Fury. Our little bug will not just be furious, he is now Electrox, the angry Scarab Pokemon with the same abilities and same typing as Beetle. Electrox have a strong desire to fight and kill. They use their winged arms to fly and swipe at enemies. A strange interpretation of the Greek Furies. I won't deny that Hades, yes, it's another Hades mention, Hades nuts in my that Hades Megara design had an influence on this design, even though I based the name on Electo. The Scarab wing horns are now heavy arms, and I really like the unique shape that Electrox has. The colors were a bit tough to pick out, but here's the real question. Do you want her to step on you? Day 27. Blossom. Huh? What's that in the woods? It's a Warden. Hey Warden, what's that you want to evolve?
Yes!
But you can't evolve to a single stage Pokemon. But it's a Mega Warden, the caretaker Pokemon. And as a Mega, Warden will have the ability Bulletproof and will be a Dark-End Fairy type. Their large foliage dress acts as a shield for itself and other Pokemon. However, Warden's killing intent will be more distinct. Both the graceful things about Warden and the creepy things about Warden have been enhanced with this attractive and elegant demeanor, but only if you look closely you see the eyes of someone that you can definitely trust. Day 28, Fable. When I think of Fable, I just think of the time I got to play the game Fable, and all I did was kick a chicken and I didn't play the actual game. But I wanted to use actual fables, and there's a lot that's like animals like tortoise and the hare or like the golden goose. Can you guess which fable this Pokemon is from? This is Golden, the gold-seeking Pokemon with the ability Pick Up and hidden ability Hustle. You'll be Dragon and Rock type. Many are fooled by Golden's cute face, but Golden are greedy Pokemon. They steal from their trainers and love gold. If you guessed the tale of King Midas, you're correct. In summary, King Midas was a greedy guy, wished that anything he touched turned into gold, but that ended up poorly since he turned like his daughter into gold, and his wife probably ended up with his own golden Diglett. I had a turtle looking thing, but it's actually a dragon with the whole motif of Dragon's Den filled with gold. And the silhouette is meant to look like a hand, you know, the four legs and the one head with the 5 fingers. Day 29. Steel type. Continuing from Golden, you will go from Rock type to Steel type as Maidahan. You know, Maidahan, the Gold King Pokemon with the ability Good as Gold and the hidden ability Justified. Maidahan armor is made of pure gold. Explorers and poachers seek out these rare Pokemon, hoping to sell their parts for money. A perfect chance to use Goldengo's ability Good as Gold on another Pokemon. It's gone from finding the gold to being gold, and this is a real titan of a Pokemon. They'll be super rare, maybe a 1% spawn in late game. And again, it's meant to be the shape of a hand. This time the pose trying to overpower and grab you. Day 30. Grim? You heard that right. The prompt is Grim. And if you listen to my intro, my name is Grim. Of course though, it meant the word Grim, but it'll be fun to create an epic Pokemon based on me. This is me, by the way. Subscribe because a better model is coming for me soon. That may or may not be part of the channel's little upgrade plan. This is Mori, also known as You Be Grim. That's right, This is an Ultra Beast. This is the Grim Reaper Pokemon with the ability Beast Boost, a mysterious life form who lives in a dark abyss. It emerges when death is near to reap the souls around them. I mentioned this a couple times today. I'm making a region called Romeda based around Ultra Space. So of course, I make myself an Ultra Beast. The Swan skeleton is based on my VTuber lore of being a Swan maiden who sang his last swan song to be a Grim Reaper. The shadow with cloaks giving the vibe of the actual interpretations of Grim Reapers and sharp claws like a scythe, and it will be dark and ghost type. This is it, day 31, free prompt. Oh my, the final prompt of 31 Pokemon? I made a legendary and an Ultra Beast for God's sake. How do I top that? How do I end Faketober? October is a spooky month, and I did have plans to make a FNAF video someday. This is Amalgamime, the Mimic Pokemon with the ability Mimicry, and it will be a normal type, but Mimicry changes its typing. Using the scraps of dead Pokemon, Amalgamime create a temporary body to adapt to any environment, like Ennard or a Mimic. This creepy mesh has the features of corpses of Tinkertuff, Mega Scizor, Barbaracle, and Shiftry, and of course Mr. Mime and Galarian Mr. Mime. And its body's reference from Baby from FNAF, specifically Scrap Baby, whose design personally is my favorite animatronic. It might kill you, but of course I had to get a FNAF reference on this channel somewhere. Oh god, what do y'all think? 31 whole new designs, that was a lot of talking. So tell me, which one were your favorites in the comments? We're officially done with spookiness this year. We'll probably be back for next year's Faketober. This event made me meet a lot of new artists and fellow Fakemon friends that I still talk to today. Not only is this event a great way to challenge yourself to keep honing your design skills and making unique stuff, it gives a sense of community since you will see others join this event and you get to appreciate each other's design, and you're all coming up with ideas together as a whole. So for the community and for yourself, keep creating and maybe you'll have a brush with death. I'll see you next video. Oh, happy day! 31 Pokemon!